Hey there, Garrett here. There's so much more to Mexico than just your typical beachside resorts. I just got back from a 2-month trip in the Mexican mountains, researching drinks such as pulque, tejuino, horchata, and jamaica. Mexico is such a massive country that some of these drinks are very regional, so stay tuned to see where you can find them. Mexico is the 13th largest country in the world, so don't freak out if I don't cover your favorite beverage. Our first stop was Guadalajara in the state of Jalisco, the birthplace of mariachi, Carlos Santana, and tequila. As part of my straight edge pledge, I don't drink hard alcohol, but I do understand that some people like it. For those that do, there are no shortages of small places to drink tequila here. Far from small, though, I've heard from other travelers that the Jose Cuervo train from Guadalajara to, you guessed it, tequila, is absolutely stunning and worth the trip. Do keep in mind that this is approximately a 12-hour experience, and there are some reports that there are vomit streaks on the outside of the train. I'm not saying these things are related, but probably something to keep in mind. Also from the agave plant, we found that pulque is fairly well represented in Guadalajara. It's a tasty low-alcohol drink that tastes like a mix of kombucha and yogurt with the slightest smoky edge. Our local friend here says that it was traditionally a drink enjoyed by farmers and the poor, but has enjoyed a fairly recent renaissance amongst the younger folk. She brought us to a bar that she frequented as a student for us to enjoy many different flavors. Our favorites were the natural version, as well as the coconut-infused variety. These little brown things here, they're crickets marinated in lime juice, and they were, well, just alright. Getting into some craft beer isn't hard in Guadalajara. Stay in or around Colonia Americana, and it will feel like, for better or for worse, you never left California. Colonia Americana was recently highlighted as one of the coolest neighborhoods to live in the world, according to Time Out magazine out of London. Me lady likes michelada, but I think, why ruin a perfectly good beer? We'd be remiss not to touch on some of the wonderful non-alcoholic Mexican beverages widely available around the country. For example, at most sit-down restaurants, your meal will include a agua del dia, or water of the day. It's a great soda substitute. Common flavors are lemon, watermelon, pineapple, and hibiscus. Hibiscus, pictured here, quickly became our favorite. In addition, other non-alcoholic drinks that we enjoyed during our time included horchata, a drink made of rice, milk, vanilla, and cinnamon, as well as atole, which is a combination of corn flour, cinnamon, sugar, and vanilla. If you visit any large Mexican city and don't take in some lucha libre, have you even really lived? Beverages include reasonably priced king cans of domestic beer and tequila. The atmosphere at one of these things is beyond electric, and, despite the heavy drinking, everyone is in good spirits. This is extra impressive, considering insults like putos los de abajo and su mama es mi puta are shouted loudly by patrons en masse. Classic Mexico. Also, did I mention how freaking nice the people are? Another fun local delicacy we discovered is called tejuino. This drink is in the neighborhood of 1 to 2% alcohol. It starts with a fermented corn base and then is back sweetened with unrefined brown sugar. It's an awesome combination of sour, sweet, and salty flavors. I'm kind of addicted to it, but unfortunately, it's only available in a few of the central states. I tried asking for it in Chiapas, a southern state, and an English-speaking Mexican told me I was pronouncing tequila incorrectly. We talked for a bit, and I explained the drink to him and where it was found, and despite him being Mexican, had never heard of tejuino. Again, Mexico is a very large country. Speaking of the south, we made our way down to Chiapas, the furthest most southern state in Mexico, known for its natural beauty. Given its high elevation and subtropical nature, it's perfect for growing coffee. Little coffee shops and roasteries are literally everywhere. Things get a wee bit sparse down here beer-wise, though. Even going to a bigger Walmart or Chedraui offer a ton of the same in the form of domestics, but unfortunately, all their craft and faux craft selections are non-fridged. Coca-Cola, however, they have in spades. The once largest Coca-Cola bottling facility in Latin America resides here and draws 250,000 gallons of fresh water daily. It's an interesting, albeit sad read to be done on your own time. The domestic selection at the convenience stores thins considerably in the town of San Cristobal, and forget about any craft offerings. I was, however, floated a lifeline. There was a small independent convenience store that stocked the champagne of beers just a minute away from our rental. Something interesting about Miller High Life in Mexico, it's made in the northern Mexican states of Monterrey and Chihuahua, under Heineken Mexico, which makes it on par price-wise with Modelo and Corona. Maybe diversity is our greatest strength after all. Next up is a really cool craft brewery and pizza place called Cerveceria Naufragio. Can you spot the tap room here? Yeah, me either. True to its secretive roots, we passed it twice, thinking the map was wrong or that maybe they weren't open, only to walk through the front doors, being exposed to a massive and funky space. According to our hotel owner, this tap room was able to operate in a clandestine manner for a full 5 years before getting shut down, then being forced to permit, and then reopening legitimately. They have 6 beers up front and 6 beers in the back. Pro tip, the 6 beers in the back were much better. The pizza and the vibes here can't be beat. Next up is the state of Oaxaca. We absolutely loved the city of Oaxaca in the mountains, but despised the beach town of Puerto Escondido in the same state. It was murderously hot and lacked the awesome cultural things that make Mexico, well, Mexico. A silver lining, however, is we were introduced to the beers of Oaxaca Brewing Company down here. Their beers were easily the best craft beers we've had in Mexico. That's about all for this video. Remember, keep calm and cerveza on, mis amigos.